Hey guys, how's it going today? Welcome to a new episode of your favorite podcast. This is episode 491, and this is your host Martin. All right, guys. So I hope you guys are having a good day. My day was, it was pretty cool. I went to see a business partner, and then he treated me to a royal dinner. You know, I was treated like royalty. I am sat. I am good. All right. So, anyway, for today's episode, I wanted to help a lot of you guys, and maybe most of you guys, with a problem that we all face, and we get it terribly, horribly wrong. Okay. So here's the thing. We did a podcast a few weeks ago. I don't know which number it was. About the desire that people have to grow the business like constantly. The business needs to grow. I need to scale. I need to get more money in the business. I need more revenue and blah blah blah. All right. So we already discussed this, and I'll give you my views on the subject, which is, sometimes there's no, is there an actual need for you to go bigger? Why is it necessary? Is it just revenue for revenue? Is that a vanity metric? Or what is it? So sometimes, to be honest, you're good where you are. You don't have to grow now like crazy because maybe you're not ready for it. It's going to bring a whole set of like problems and all that kind of stuff, and the revenue might increase, but not necessarily the profitability, because what you're looking for is to be profitable. It's not just revenue. Okay, that's very important because people don't understand the difference between revenue and profit. The revenue is the money that comes in the business. So, if I have $1 million, and there's a lot of companies that you think are doing great. They're like, yeah, we make $5 million a year and stuff. It looks like a lot of money, but this is revenue. And then when you realize that, oh, you know what, but we spend $5,100,000 to get those 5 million. No, $5,100,000. Well, basically, they're losing 100,000 a year. All right. So don't just look at the profit, at the revenue. Sorry, Jesus Christ, I'm confused. I think the food was too good. Don't only look at the revenue, because the revenue doesn't mean anything. Okay. What matters is the profit that comes out of it. And so many people get caught up in the need more money in the business, we need to process more money, we need to make more sales, we need to do this, blah, 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 etc. And, they end up with a big giant mess where they're actually losing money. Okay, so I know about it because I was in that situation not too long ago on a venture that I partnered with, where, well, basically people are just looking at the wrong metric, and they're like, oh, we need clients. Look, we're getting clients and stuff. And like, yeah, but we're losing more and more money every single month that we're never going to, I mean, there's no way, these clients are ever going to pay for anything. You know what I mean? So that's one of the things that I told you in that podcast. So I'm not actually going to repeat the whole episode and everything. What I wanted to tell you today is different. So now, I just wanted to establish the fact that everybody wants to grow all the time, right? So you're always looking for ways to make more money. But so here's the thing. So the first thing, and the only thing I'll say that people will think about when, oh man, we need to get more money in our pocket, is we need to increase sales. Okay. So you need a new channel, let's go run ads on Facebook now, and let's go run ads on Instagram, and we're not on Google, let's go on Google, let's hire a salesperson to do this and stuff, right? So this is the first thing you're thinking about, all right, is how to get more revenue by making more sales. Okay, so there are different ways of doing this. I recorded the podcast about this. I mean, that was so long ago. I have no idea which one it was. Sorry. And as you know, I just grab the mic, I just go for it. So it's not prepared. I haven't checked which episode it was, but there was definitely an episode where I explained that, you could, like, if you work on your conversions, then you are able to make a lot more money without actually needing more sales, okay? So there's a podcast episode in those 500, don't remember which one, but I was talking about this, okay? But what I want to talk to you about today is different, right? So when you're just looking at, oh, we're going to make more sales and stuff, it's not exactly where you are going to have an immediate impact, okay? There are things that will help you make an immediate impact on the money that goes in your pocket, okay? Sales are going to make an impact on the money that comes in the business, and then afterwards, is that going in your pocket? No, not necessarily, right? Most of the time it's not. It's going to be burned by all the efforts that you put in to actually get those sales, okay? But there's a way to get money in your pocket, right? Fast, today. It can be done today, okay? And that way is looking at your expenses, okay? Expenses, right? It's one of those things. These expenses is very treacherous, right? These expenses. I'm going to explain why. But expenses are the easiest ones to kind of like aggregate and put on top of the other, and they're actually the easiest ones to correct as well and to go and cut. So the first thing is, why is it super easy to just kind of piling up expenses, okay? So first thing is, a lot of these expenses are, small expenses. Oh, I have this tool there. I'm paying a monthly of like $30 a month. I don't necessarily use it, but I might use it one day. So let me keep that, right? And you end up with like, 10 of those. And those 10 is $200, but $300, right? And you're not using them, but you keep them just in case, all right? I mean, you don't know how many of these I had. I had so many. One day I said, well, I mean, Jesus Christ, let me have a look at this. And just like that, just imagine, you're able to, just in this example, $300, boom, just like that you can cut from those expenses. So the first reason is, a lot of these things are, small amounts, and you don't necessarily kind of like add them up in your head until you realize that, well, Jesus, I mean, I'm paying $800 of stuff that I don't need, okay? The second reason why it's easy to kind of like pile up expenses is this, let's say you have a good month. All right, so you're normally at, I don't know, let's say 1,000, right? And then you have this month where, bam, you go to 5,000. And you're like, yes, that's it. This is the new norm for me. So because of that 1 month, right, very, very quickly, you'll jump to conclusion that this is the new norm for me. So I need to upgrade my life and my spending, my expenses, to this number. Now I will have 5,000 a month, so I can go and grab some more of these expenses. And then what happens is you start getting all these things, and then you go back to your regular month of like 1,000, and then you just piled up all these new expenses. And one thing that is really hard to do for anyone is to let go of something that you already have. Okay, this is the hardest thing for anybody. We're all geared the same way. I don't know why it works like this, right? But if you have something, it's like a failure. Nobody wants to take 2 steps back, right? It means no. So that's the reason why people who go broke, like athletes and stuff, right? So it's because they got used to a certain lifestyle, and even though they're not, they're not playing or anything anymore, there's no money coming in, right? They still want to maintain that lifestyle. You don't want to go back to driving a Prius instead of a Ferrari or something, right? Even though, I mean, I saw a documentary, who was this? I think it must have been like Mike Tyson or something. I saw a documentary recently about athletes that went broke. And they were saying, I mean, the dude was in filing for bankruptcy and all that kind of stuff, you know, like losing everything. But even then, even at that point, he hadn't changed his lifestyle, right? It's ridiculous. And we all have this, okay? This is a lot stronger than not getting something you want, right? So let's say, for example, you're like, oh man, I really want that house. Oh, and then down the road you realize that, man, well, you know what, I could do without the house. You know, it's not the end of the world. But if you got the house and now someone is trying to take it away from you, even if you need to make the dumbest decisions on the planet, all right, to, for example, eviction, okay? So it's a good example. You have this new lifestyle, you move to this big house, and then now you have money problems, right? Some people, right, are too stubborn, and they're like, no, I don't want to lose the house. They will stay in the house that costs so much money instead of moving in the studio that doesn't cost anything for them to get back on their feet, okay? So anyway, I'm not going to, expand too much on this. I think you understand the concept. That's the second reason is because once you have like some money coming in, then you increase your expenses. And this thing is treacherous because, well, once you have them, it's very, like for your ego, it's hard for you to get rid of them, okay? And you're like, it's 20 bucks here, 20 bucks there. You know, if you combine the two, you understand how you get in that mess, all right? So me, again, as I said, I bought a few, so you buy this tool and say, oh, there's an upsell, take this, there is the blah, blah, blah club, and you'll get this, you'll get that. You take it, and you're like, yeah, maybe I'm gonna use it one day and stuff. And you keep paying for that stuff. You can't even imagine how many of these things I had. One day I sat down and I looked at all the things that were taking money out of my account every single month. And I was able to cut something like, what was it? Like maybe 1.3 thousand a month, right? By getting rid of that, right? 1.3 thousand or maybe more. I don't remember how much it was, but it was ridiculous, okay? It was completely ridiculous. So what I'm saying is this, for example, me cutting those expenses, what does it do? It doesn't add to my revenue. It makes it's less money that goes out of my pocket, and obviously more money in my pocket. And this, you can do it today. You can sit down in front of your computer. So you take your bank statement and your PayPal account, your Stripe account, and blah, blah, blah. And you just go through them. Okay, what is this? Oh, okay, am I using this? No. Is it critical for my business? No. Boom, just cancel it, okay? I've done that, dude. I've been able to save so much money. And it's not just me. I want to tell you an anecdote about UPS, okay? So UPS, these guys, they are the kings of this, okay? These guys are smart. They're really smart. So one thing that UPS did, and you'll see, you'll be amazed at the sophistication of what these guys have done. So they wanted to be able to be more profitable, okay? And as I said, they, instead of looking at, how do we increase the revenue and stuff, is how do we save money, okay? So here's what UPS did, okay? So they ran some analysis, okay, on the routes of their drivers. So I don't know how many drivers they have. I don't know, it's like, hundreds of thousands of drivers or something. So they spent some time running a very complex study of drivers, right? And they realized something. They realized that the routes taken by the drivers had to change. All right, and how did they figure that out? So they figured, and they made some scientific calculations, to this day, I don't know how they did this, that if you have to make left turns, then you will waste a lot more fuel than if you had to make only right turns. Because I think in the US, if you're turning right, let me try and check, because now I don't know where people drive. I think in Europe and the US you drive on the right, yeah. So at the red light you can just go, okay. So that means you're not standing there because you need to turn left and stuff, and you burn less fuel. And so they realized that by doing this, right? By redesigning the routes of the driver so that they only take right turns. So these guys, I mean, I don't even know how these people do this, but now they will, I mean, it's not like they will never take a left turn, right? I mean, sometimes I think they have to, but the route is designed so that they will take as many right turns as possible. You know, if it's like 90% right turns, this is what they're gonna do to deliver stuff, right? And with this, they were able, if you multiply that by X number of drivers, I think it was something ridiculous, like $6 million a year, right? $6 million a year just by doing this, okay? So that's $6 million that goes in their pocket, okay? Do you understand now? It's really cool stuff, right? And yeah, they didn't, you know, they didn't stop there, right? Because these guys are really smart. So they looked at some other stuff. They looked at the time lost by the drivers to find their keys and everything. Okay, so you know they deliver the package, and then by the time they were looking for the keys in their pockets and stuff, then they were losing 10 seconds. You know, 10 seconds here, 10 seconds there, and stuff. It doesn't seem like much, right? But when you multiply this by you know, I don't know, you do, I don't know, 15 deliveries per person, and then you multiply that by 100,000, 300,000 people that they have. This is an insane amount of hours that they were losing in just with the keys, right? So if you look at the UPS drivers, then they have a system, like they have some sort of like keyring or something that's around their pinky, you know, their finger, their little finger thingy, and basically they never put the keys in their pockets or anything. They have this like weird little thing, and basically when they go back to their truck, they don't have to look for the keys. They just flip their hand, boom, they have the keys. That's it, they're gone. All right, and with this, they were able to increase the efficiency of their system, and they were able to save, I mean, a ton. I mean, because they were delivering a lot more, they were able to save a ton of money even there. Okay, so you know, like weird stuff that you wouldn't even think about, right? And also, I think one other measure that they did is they realized that they look at the time it usually takes for a truck to get dirty, right? And they realized that, look, we're cleaning those trucks every single day, right? When in actual fact, it will take like, you know, a little bit less than 48 hours for the truck to actually get dirty to a point where you actually want to clean it. And so instead of washing all the trucks every day, they started washing it every 2 days. So in terms of aspect of the truck and cleanness, I don't know, yeah, I don't know the word, of the truck, it didn't change anything in terms of image of the brand, but they saved so much money. Okay, so that's the thing. Expenses, you can start saving money now. All right, increasing your sales might require you to start a new platform, run some campaigns, learn how that works, hire someone, blah, blah. It will take time. If you look at your spendings, your expenses, you can tonight, all right, tonight, you stop. So me now, I have a file, and I'm trying to be a little bit more organized, you know, because there were a few things I was like, oh, why am I spending money on this, you know? And that's one thing that I'm doing right now. I mean, I'm trying to cut those costs for stuff that I honestly don't need. It's not a needle mover in my business. I don't use it and stuff. I shouldn't be paying for it, okay? So just do this exercise. Sit down today, look at every single thing that you're spending money on. So, you know, so you have to be careful about some things because sometimes we forget about things. And what happened to me recently, there is a website where you can get some royalty-free music, right? But you pay every year. So I completely forgotten about it until they took $200 out of my PayPal account. I was like, oh, who's that? $200. And then I realized, oh man, it's this thing. I don't use that anymore. So I contacted them. I said, look, I don't use that anymore. So they gave me my money back. But what I want to say is, don't just look at what comes every single month. Try to list everything, even the things that you pay only once a year. Okay, that's what you need to look at. So now, can you cut everything? All right, or like, oh no, I'll cancel that. No, you can't cancel everything. So here's what you want to do. So you want to identify the ones that are generating a lot of revenue for your business. Okay, so those, if they're making you money, just leave them alone. Okay, well, for now, just leave them alone. Then, because these are crucial for your business, they make the revenue and stuff. Then a second category is those that, you kind of use, but you could find, you need it, but you could find an alternative, all right? So there could be an alternative that's twice as cheap, that does the same work, and you could be saving money there. So before so for those that you kind of need in the business, because it has to be something that you use, please. Because you're like, yeah, but I might need it. No. You have to be ruthless. Do I need this? No, you don't, right? I don't need this thing. Or, oh yeah, I need that, but in terms of like revenue is maybe, I don't know, 10% of the revenue. It's not something that's driving like 80% of my revenue. So yeah, I do need it, but can I find a cheaper option, right? So that's what I'm saying. And the last one is the ones that you just get rid of. Right? Just get rid of them. These are things that you bought because you thought you were going to do something with them, or you've never used that, and you even forgot that you had it. There's so many things that I had. I'm like, what the hell is this? Oh yeah. And then and what we're tempted to do is, oh yeah. Oh man, that thing was cool. Maybe I'm gonna use it, but I'm busy with something now, right? So cancel, right? Cancel those, right? There is money that you could save. Also there is money that you could save, for example, if you, let's say there's something that you absolutely need, okay? And you're going to need this for years and years. So why not paying the whole year for it so that you get like 2 months free or something? It might not look like much of like savings, but it's still savings, man. It is still savings. That's money in your pocket. Sometimes if you pay the whole year, they give you 2 months free. So let's say, I don't know, the product is supposed to be, let's say $50 or so, or let's say $100 because my math was bad. You just save $200, all right? And you know that you're going to use that tool, okay? So these are also ways where you could be saving money like right now, right? But yeah, it is something I wish I had done this earlier, because I have spent so much money on stuff that I really, really didn't need. I really forgot that I had it, and it was completely pointless. It was unnecessary, okay? So look, don't make excuses, okay? Don't make excuses. Do it now. Right after this podcast, do it now. Just look at all your accounts, and then you write down, you open an Excel spreadsheet, you put the name of the product, and then you put the price, and then if this is like crucial to the business, this is what's making you the money, then just put a dollar sign. For the rest, you evaluate. You're like, okay, so this one, it does make some money, but can I find a replacement? And the other ones, you have to be ruthless. Get rid of them, okay? You just get rid of them completely. And you can't even imagine the level of satisfaction that you'll have after this exercise. This exercise is going to take you like an hour, and after an hour, me in that case, when I told you earlier, I did this, I saved per month 1,300 euros. All right, do you imagine? This is someone's salary, okay? And I was able to save that because I was like, dude, why do I have this, right? I had 3 autoresponders that I was paying, landing page builders, membership sites, blah, blah, blah. I had things in like triple. Why? All right. Also, there are like landing page builders. For example, there are things like ClickFunnels and blah blah. But you're paying $100 a month. Isn't there a landing page tool that you can pay once and for all? You don't have to pay monthly fees and stuff. Look at options like this as well. When I'm saying cheaper options, I'm saying there are options where you can buy a lifetime and then that's it. You don't have to pay for it anymore. But again, I did this, I was able to save 1.3 thousand euros. The first time, the second to last. Last time I did this, it was a few days ago. I was able to save some more, what was it? Let me open that file. I think I've removed them from that file. I should leave them in there and just mark them in red to just show what I was able to save. But I think I was able to save another like 300 or something. A few days ago just by doing this, okay? And now I'm looking at all these things and I'm constantly evaluating, all right? Do I need this? Do I not need this? Well, if I don't, then that's it. And that money, those 1.3 thousand and then those 300 that I was able to save, then where do they go? They go in my pocket directly, right? In the form of this is money that I don't have to spend, so they'd stay in my pocket, okay? So if you want, because if you want to make more money, because people will think, oh no, you need to make more sales. If you want to make more money and you want to make more money now, today, the keyword make money fast and stuff, yes, it's this. Go there, make sure you don't waste the money on these things. It will, just go to the account, boom, cancel, that's it, you save money. And you'll thank me later, okay? So anyway, that's pretty much it, guys. I will see you in the next episode. That was your host, Martin. Bye-bye.